For more information, see the description below. Namaste.
So the Adhikarana Tantra Yukti, we told that it can be divided into Shastra Adhikarana, Sthana Adhikarana, Prakarana Adhikarana, Vakya Adhikarana. Very important. Whenever you understand a sloka, all these factors you are supposed to go through. Now, next one is Yogo Nama, Yoga Tantra Yukti. Yogo Nama Yojana. Yojana. Yujyate iti Yojana. That which connects or that which sew. See, a textbook is made up of a lot of principles in it. So these principles have to be sewed together, connected together to reach the Shastra Prayojana, the ultimate purpose of the textbook. So how it has been? They are properly, logically related each other to support or to achieve the purpose of writing the textbook. So if you wanted to know something in the beginning, there will be a topic told, only Pradigna will be there in that one. Then where from you will get Hetu, where from you will get Drishtanta, where from you will get Upanaya, where from you will get Nigamana. You have to travel the whole textbook in different situations, and you should bring everything to this situation and you should understand that. So you are supposed to use the ideas from different parts of the textbook to understand a common principle told in the beginning. Simple example, the very first chapter is telling that Samanyam Vruddhikaranam Vibharyastu Vibharyaha. It is a pradigna actually. Samanya is for Vruddhi and Samanya's Viparita, that is nothing but Vishesha, is for the opposite. That means Kshaya. Is it proved over there? No. But it is going to be proved from the beginning to the end in different places, in different situations. So all that part, one by one, you have to take. Okay, this is told here. Nidana, it is told that. Okay. Samanya is increasing. Okay, fine. Now, next you are saying Chikilsa. Okay, the author used opposite properties. The doctor used opposite properties of the disease. That means the drugs with opposite properties. Then automatically there is Harasa. So that is Vishesha. Okay, fine. So that is proved. But this all you have to bring it from different parts of the textbook to understand this statement is proved. So you need to connect the points in the textbook scattered, the different principles scattered in different places, and you have to come to a conclusion. That is yukti actually. So yogo nama yuktihi is a additional definition given by Arunadatta. So he is showing an example that Agnihi Sharira Mulu. Sharira Balamulaha. Fire is considered as the root cause for the strength of the body. It is told in one sthana and you have to check it. How can you prove it? Then you have to go to other chapters. Other chapters, the principles are there. How can you understand the fire is? First of all, you have to prove the fire is in the body. So how will you prove? People are taking food. After taking food, the sattva dhadus are formed. So there is a process of evolution happening. If the evolution has to be happened, certainly there should be the presence of fire, that which we are seeing everywhere in the universe. The Drishtanta shown by Arunadatta in his is Bija Angura. That means when you put a seed inside the mud and pouring water into it, automatically it gives the plant. So two things are important. You are putting the seed inside the mud. So there is heat factor. Then you are pouring water into the water factor. Then only the Angura becomes a plant. In the same way, when you take food, certainly inside it there should be a fire. And you are taking Snigdahara. Certainly, it is the responsible factor for the Vriksha. Vriksha and Vrikshabala is nothing but the transformation of the food into dhatus and other factors in the body. And that factors are helping the strength to keep the strength of your body. So here all actually the Yoga Tantra Yukti is applied to bring the scattered ideas together to this place, and understanding this theory is going to be proved in this chapter, authoritative. So there is Yoga Tantra Yukti. But generally, everybody will explain this Yoga Tantra Yukti as writing Anvaya. A sloka, especially in sloka, as per the Sanskrit constitution of these slokas, the words will be here and there scattered. And that words have to be brought in a proper order, that is Anvaya writing, prose order writing. Then finally, if there is anything missing, suppose the word is missing, the verb is missing, then you have to add the verb over there. Then you have to complete the sentence. Sometimes what will happen, when you read a prakarana, the main subject will not be there in the sentence. How can you get the subject? Immediately you should see the adhikarana. So which adhikarana is told? Okay, this chapter's name is this. So this is the subject here common, that which has to be taken for every prakarana here. Then you will bring that adhikarana in this place and you will complete the sloka in a proper order and you will understand the meaning. You see? So these all are coming under Yoga Tantra Yukti. It is not simply Anvaya writing. It is really bringing the different parts of a knowledge, that which is scattered in different places, bringing them into a proper logical reasoning and understand the subject matter clearly. Whatever be the idea we are using for that one, it is called Yoga Tantra Yukti. Very first hand, it is nothing but the scattered words are brought together to construct a proper sentence and understanding the meaning. So, in Yoga Tantra Yukti, whenever you are writing the Anvaya, you should have the knowledge in language to constitute the Vakyartha. Only after making the Vakya, you will get Vakyartha. So, to make a Vakya, Sutra to a Vakya, you should have the knowledge in the Sanskrit grammar and writing Anvaya. This is first hand yoga. Second hand yoga, to understand a theory, a principle, you are supposed to bring so much reasonings, examples, and the proof factors and conclusions told, which are scattered in different parts of the textbook. Bring them all together to understand the told principle is right and clear and logical. So logical proving with the support of Pancha Avayava Vakya, Pradigna, Hedu, Drishtanta, Upanaya and Nigamana can be brought under Yoga Tantra Yukti. That is why Arunadatta is telling Yuktir Va Yogaha. Very clearly he is telling. So Yukti has to be considered as a Yoga Tantra Yukti. You must be very careful. Yukti is a pramana. And again, the Yukti is applied in Anumana, because Anumana only Panjavaya Vakya is explained. So the definition of the Anumana is also Tarko Yukti Avekshaya. Anumanam Tarko Yukti Avekshaya. So whenever there is a Tarka with Yukti Avekshada, depending on the Yukti. Yukti is nothing but logical interpretation. That is Anumana. So where there is Anumana, Pramana, there all you are applying Yoga Tantra Yukti. Because unless and until you arrange the Pancha Avayava from different parts, you cannot infer at all. Thus, whatever be the Panjavaya Vakya way of understanding the textbook, there all you are applying the Yoga Tantra Yukti. The very first hand, the Yoga Tantra Yukti is connecting the sutras to get the larger meaning of the prakarana is Yoga Tantra Yukti. Connecting the words which are scattered in a sloka in a proper order and understanding the sloka meaning, there is Yoga Tantra Yukti. So this is what is called Yoga Tantra Yukti. If you take Panini Vyakarana, there are two types of following the previous sutras or the words from other sutras. The terminologies used in Panini Vyakarana are Adhikara Sutras and Anuvartana Padas. Adhikara Sutram is generally, there will be a sutra in the beginning, and that sutra has to be there considered for explaining the next sutra. Samasa Prakaranam. So when you take samasa, in the first sloka only they will tell. But that samasa, that pada will be in adhikara with many slokas, many sutras, Panini sutras afterwards, till the Dantu samasa end. So that is called adhikara sutra. Because in that prakarana, samasa is the fact or the subject matter is dealt with. So automatically that word has to be there in the sutra when you explain later sutras. So this is called Adhikara Sutra. And Anuvartana Sutra, Purvasma Sutra, the Anuvartade, they will tell. Samhidayam, Idi Anuvartade, ego energy. So like this Anuvartana Sutra, this Anuvartana is nothing but a yoga. And Adhikara Sutra is nothing but Adhikarana Tantra Yukti. So what is the purpose of this? The purpose is very simple, because if you know that the sutra is dealing under this Adhikarana, so you should bring that Adhikarana to understand the meaning of that sutra. And you may require some of the matter that which is explained previous or later, so you have to do the Anuvartana, dragging into this context, and you have to understand it. So these two are very much close to Adhikara Sutra and Anuvartana Pada in Paninian grammar.